Twitch. Good morning to everyone and welcome back if you're rejoining us. Today, going to be doing puzzles. Gonna do Puzzle Rush. I've already got it to level 20 and we're going to start from here. So let me just get the board set up. Morning, Stonefrog. Good morning. Let's have a look. So, Venosas beat me to it. They said, sack the queen, the knight will take, and then the pawn will push. And the knight, being a very interesting piece, cannot get back. Good evening to you. My apologies. It is 9:30 here. Oh, is my board connected yet? Let's try that again. There we go. You must be over in the East Coast, USA. Very nice, very nice. I've only been to New York over there. Alright, so I'm looking from White's perspective and I can see checkmate right here, or even here. Yes, we can analyze that game. What's your username? Okay, so this one here, looks like we've got a knight here, check. That means he can't go there, he can't go here, and he can't go here, so he has to go across. And then from there, so we've got the knight here, blocking these squares. The queen can come here. Okay, well, it didn't show that, but that's what it was. DH Germany, good morning, welcome. How are you today? Alright, this one's white to move. And if you're just joining us, puzzles to start the day. What better way to start the day? Okay, so this one, no, that's not it. It is white to move. Okay, my first reaction was to go here, threatening the rook. Excuse me, I can't draw. And then queen goes up here, but the queen can capture there. My next reaction was to go here, but that doesn't seem right either. My third reaction is actually to go here. Threatens checkmate. And it also threatens a fork. So I'm going to have a look at that. So this is the move I'm looking at now. Yeah, unless I'm missing something, knight h5 feels like the board. Ah, yes, you did. I saw that. I saw that. You're getting it later this week. Very nice. You got the go, didn't you? Very nice. Congratulations on getting the go. I've got mine here, but I've only got one piece for it. I should get the other ones out and set this board up properly, but yeah, it's a cool board. The next one's going to be black to move. Okay, first move I looked at was just a simple check capture. Couldn't really see much after that, and then had a look at another check, and that just looks like checkmate. So this one's going to be white to move. So straight away again, I'm drawn to the weakened king. Okay, and the weakened king, is it because the knight covers this square and the other knight covers these squares? So the king will go either way and the queen will come in. Sometimes I feel like they put these puzzles back to back. Just the same sort of idea. Okay, so the first tactic I see is here, check. If the bishop takes, we take, we get a fork. But I feel like there's better in this situation. I feel like there's better. So knight f6 is the first one I'm looking at, but I'm going to see if I can find something better, because knight f6, if the king goes here, then we've got checkmate, so that's good. So knight f6, equal trade, and then they take here, and the queen is under attack, defended by the knight. So we take, they take, we take. I mean, it's messy, but I think it is the correct move. I'm not seeing any better. All right, next one's going to be black to move. James, good morning. I'm well. How are you? Okay, black to move. Okay, the first thing that I see is something that a lot of beginner players will fall for. Attack the bishop and then trap the bishop. It's probably one of the first traps that I learned when I was playing the game. I can't see anything better. Now, take, and then I think knight here is the move. You don't want to take back because you'll lose the rook.
I'm trying to decide between the move and the probe. Other than price point, any suggestions?
Yes, I have a lot of comments on this because I do own both. I need to know more about you. Are you a tournament player? Are you a casual player? I think that would be my first question. What do you like to do with the board as well? Because they're both incredibly good boards, but they both have completely different purposes. So this one here is really, really, really good for puzzles. But the Chessnut Pro, and I can't reach it. It's right there. Believe me, it's right there. Is really good for your very slow-paced games. Do you like the moving pieces? Is another big question. And then finally, do you want to upgrade your set in the future? Because the Pro comes with different pieces. Not only does it come with different pieces, but you can actually add your own pieces to it as well. So, it's a big choice. So yeah, tell me a little bit about yourself and we'll try to figure out which board you have, that you should be getting.
I have an automatic board, but this looks so much smoother and faster. What board is this?
This one's the Chessnut Move. This came out about almost a year ago now. I've done a review on it. It's hit over 100k views. You can check that out on YouTube. I'll put my website on the screen real quick. If you want to check that out, take a screenshot of that site, check it out later whenever you want. And I've done reviews on all of these boards, as well as tutorials on how to get better using them. All right, let's have a look at this puzzle. So yeah, let me know a little bit more about yourself, and we can sort of figure out which one is better for you, the Pro or the Move. Okay, well, the first move surely has to be Queen here, right? Yeah, it's got to be Queen C2. There's so many options here. If he goes here, for example, we've got maybe knight here or knight here. They both look really good. Actually, that wins a queen, so you know it's good straight away, but I'm sure they might even be better. So we go here.
Is this like a chessboard that connects with the game and reacts to it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can play online. Okay, well, if you like 15 plus 10, this board is good for 15 plus 10. If you're doing a lot of puzzles, this board is really good for puzzles too, obviously. No, you can't currently change the pieces on the move. You get a couple of replacement bases that come with the board, but you can't actually pick a different piece set. No, the Pro is not bad at all. The Pro is one of my favorite chess sets ever. When did I start getting serious about chess?
When did you start getting serious about chess improvement? As for myself, I started training chess a little over 3 years ago. I drew against a 1605 rated player in 15 plus 10 a few months ago.
I was very serious as a player, as a child. But then, you know, after school life, work got in the way. And then from there, I didn't play for a good amount of years. It was only when COVID hit that I started a work club, and we would all go during lockdown. We would all go and play at the pub. But after that, I actually started getting serious into playing again, and that's when I bought my Chessnut Pro and started training. So I would say about 5 years, and for the first 3 years of that, I was pretty serious on it. Training a lot. I went from a 1200 FIDE to beating at 2000 FIDE. It was my personal best game. And thank you both for the follow. Welcome. So yeah, I think the fork on A2 seems pretty strong. A little bit nervous about that one, that I could have missed mate going for the material, but yeah, so been pretty into it the last couple of years, and I kind of go on and off it for my training. Can we see some endgame practice today? Absolutely, we can. I don't have my endgame book here, but maybe I've got some endgame materials we can study. Let's do a study session after this. All right, so this one's going to be black to move, and straight away we have to notice this, and we have to notice that if we can get a piece here attacking the king, we win. So this diagonal, and the first thing I noticed was that the queen can go here, but it can be captured, and then this board is called the Chessnut move. So queen to d5, they have to capture, and then we can bring the bishop here. So we're removing the defender of the square. I feel like we did this puzzle the other day. Okay. So we've got the same idea for this puzzle here. Before the board even loads it up, we notice that the king is trapped in the corner. That should be your hint to solve this one pretty quick. And we've already got the queen on the diagonal. And somebody said rook d8, sorry, e8. Rook e8, I don't think it's going to do it. So this one here, because we've got the two rooks on the same file, we can actually push up. The knight cannot capture because it's pinned. So we give the check. The rook will have to take, and then we can take with the queen, and it's the same checkmate. And D Head Germany, I'm looking at ways to try and make the screen on YouTube less blurry. I tried to experiment with it today. I'll try again after the yeah, I'll try again after the stream. I'm okay. All right, let's have a look. So this one is black to move. Okay. Okay, checkmate in 3. What does the board cost? The board costs around 600, 650, somewhere around there. It comes in 2 variations. So you got the wooden pieces, the ones that I'm using here, and you've got the plastic pieces. All right, I'm going to give people a moment to sort of figure this one out. This is the checkmate in 3. Yeah, this is a really, really cool board. It's really grown on me. So I've got the Pro, right there. I've got the Pro, and I thought that was going to be my favorite board. But this one, like, I just love doing puzzles over the board rather than on the screen, especially when they start getting to the advanced puzzles.
Give me a board, I'm your fan. I'm from Santiago, Chile. Please.
I have done giveaways in the past. Did you participate in those giveaways? Okay, so the first move is queen takes. They have to block with the rook, and then we give a check with the knight, and then they have to move the king, and then we give them a checkmate. Oh no, I did not see it as a complaint. Definitely not. Good morning, Benny. Welcome. No, I definitely didn't see it as a complaint. I saw it as constructive feedback, and I definitely appreciate it. I'm always open to feedback. I think that's how we improve, and I think if we never gave feedback and we never received feedback, then we would all be terrible. So no, I'm definitely open to all feedback, good and bad. Especially good. I like good feedback. Makes me feel good. Okay, so here I'm seeing a fork. Like, now I see that my screen pushes down. Like, I know that there's some things that are wrong with this, with the stream that I am trying to work on to try and make it better. But yeah, no, I noticed that too. That the names were blurry on the Twitch and YouTube streams. I want to fix it. I'm just trying to figure out how. So yeah, seeing a fork. Oh, I'm looking from the wrong point of view. I'm looking from Black's point of view, and the fork that I was looking at was this. Let's spin the board around. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you. All right, so let's spin the board around, look from White's point of view, and maybe something will stand out a bit more. Okay, so from White's point of view, I can see that the pawn is pinned, so that's technically a free piece. How's the material looking? 2 minors versus 2 minor pieces, and 2 rooks versus 2 rooks and 2 queens. Yeah, so that's just a piece. I think I confused the board there. So this one's going to be White to move. Pichu, welcome. Said queen takes knight. Let's have a look at queen takes knight. Yes, queen takes knight. Queen takes knight. Queen takes knight. And then they win the fork. Yes, very good, very good. Alright, white to move. White to move. Stonefrog, which color Chestnut Go did you go for? Did you go for the orange or did you go for the grey? Okay, this one looks like take the rook. So queen takes rook, knight takes, and then we get the fork. Queen b4, rook e7, yes. So I've got both. I've got the orange and the grey. Originally, I got the orange, and I was a little bit. I wanted the grey one, but originally when I got the orange, I believe the grey came with an orange case, and now the grey actually comes with a grey case. So the zipper is like a dark grey. It looks pretty cool. But I still think the orange is probably the better color. Just looks nicer. Okay, so this one's white to move. Okay, so straight away I looked at queen here, check. If the king goes here, we had knight here, checkmate. If the king goes here, same deal. How often do Chestnut release firmware updates to fix bugs, improve, etc.? I don't know, because I haven't really experienced many bugs. I've got my Chestnut Pro. I've never updated the firmware on it. I've had it for years. This move here, I don't think I've ever updated the firmware. If I have, I did it by accident. So I haven't really noticed any bugs or anything like that. Yeah, there's been little issues here and there. Like when I did my review for the voice control. They got onto it straight away because there were problems with the voice, and they addressed that they were looking into fixing it. I never used the voice control though, so I don't know how that looks now. But here I'm looking at queen takes, and then king goes back. Somebody said mate in 3, but or 4 if bishop. So that must have been for the last. Oh, okay, I see how it is made in 3 because the bishop gets in the way. I always forget to include the bishop. Yeah, if you got the orange pieces, Stonefrog, sorry, the orange board. Yeah, we don't want orange pieces. If you got the orange board, I think you'll be happy with that one. Like, it's just a small part of the board. It's not even the main part. It's just a small part. It's just, I don't know. Some people can be picky. I know I'm very picky about stuff like that. This one's black to move. Okay, this one took me a moment to figure out. I'm assuming we're behind in material. I'm not even going to count it up, but the king is in the middle of the board and really has nowhere to go. So check. He has to go here, and then check, and he has to go here because this is now cut off, and now this is cut off, and then we got check, and the bishop protects, and that's a checkmate. Very easy one to get wrong if you get a little bit too ambitious. I was looking at this first, but then the king can sort of get away. I didn't even realize that the knight blocked. I just used the bishop as a defended. I just used the bishop as a defender in my mind. Yeah, so either one would be fine. It's funny that
For me, it was really about being able to connect to online games.
yeah, it's just a case of sometimes we get a little bit too fussy about what we want, and we forget that the whole point of getting it is because we want to be able to play online. I know I'm very guilty of that. Like when looking at airline tickets, I'm constantly looking at the seat plan and trying to pick like the best possible seat. Having a look at different airlines, different routes, and then I remember that, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just booking a flight so that I can get from point A to point B. White to move. White to move. Okay, so there's two ways to go about this. Well, maybe not actually, because the pawn is attacking. Bishop takes, king takes, king takes, queen here, king across, queen here, king back, queen here, wins the rook, bishop takes, king takes, queen here, and if they block, straight across. So when playing on the couch, just one thing to remember about playing, if like you're holding the board, just make sure you got something to store your pieces that you capture, because there is nowhere on the side of the board to take the pieces and put them, so you can't really put them on there because it's not magnetic, and there's not enough room on here to hold all the pieces. So just when you take them, make sure you got somewhere to comfortably store them. Yeah, that's one thing I mentioned to Chestnut because I got to test out one of, well, not test out. I got to review one of these Chestnut Airs when they first came out, and I just said to him, I'm like, there's nowhere to put the pieces. If you're playing on a table, it's fine, but if you're you know, sitting on a couch or something like that, and I expected the pieces to be magnetic, so I could just have another. I had another portable chessboard that I could put next to it, but they're not magnetic. So they're magnetic to the board, but if you try to attach them to something else, they're not magnetic. So the board magnets are it's a special material they use. It's really interesting. All right. Oh damn, that's cool. Who got that?
QE8NB5 hash.
There it is. That's very good. That's very good. This would be a puzzle that a lot of people get wrong. They would instantly go for the fork. But here, up, the knight comes back, the queen covers these, and the knight covers those. That's really good, really good. Black to move. Occasionally I come up against a puzzle that just doesn't want to set up on the board. It's not a bad one to get wrong. I mean, at least you're noticing the other tactic. It's yeah, it's a tricky one. All right, let's have a look. So black to move. So straight away I notice there's a fork, but I notice that there's not really much that can be done there for that one. The next one I notice is there is some sort of discovery on the queen, but there's two pieces in the way, so I've got rid of one and then got rid of the other. That could be something. Sorry guys, one moment, I'm just a little bit stuck on this one. It is black to move, yeah, okay, it's black to move. Okay, all I'm seeing so far is knight here, knight takes. So we're down a knight for a pawn, but the queen is under attack, the queen moves, and then the knight can take here. And we've won a pawn, but that's not enough, that's not enough. I think now it's time for me to reset my mind, because I always do this. I always focus on one idea, dismiss it, and then bounce back to the same idea and dismiss it over and over. So let's have a look and see if there's anything else I can find. What if I take first? I win a pawn. And then they capture. And now I've got that check. What do we got over here? Knight d5, knight d5, attacking the knight first. Knight takes d5, knight d5 wins a knight. Wins a knight against the queen. Yeah, so I was on the right track, but I was instantly dismissing the wrong order. If we have a look at the different order, good times, good times. All right, let's have a look. So we are black to move. Pin, take, fork is what I'm looking at here, but let's see if it's better. I think this is good. Trolls, welcome. Good morning. I think this is good. I am a little bit worried about the pawn capturing here, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially considering you win their queen. So that seems fine. Now just important not to move the rook to block because the queen would come down and that would be bad. Just move the king. Yeah, they've got nothing there, so. Red Panda, hello, welcome.
Love how you explain your thought process.
No worries. It's fun to talk it out. It is, and you know, if people can get value from it, then that's good too. Okay, this one here I will talk out. So this one's black to move. Okay, so this one here, I'm looking at b5. Get the pawn out of the way. And now we just use rule of the square. As long as the king can stay in the square as the pawn moves down. Trying to get a different color, but no different color. As long as the so if the pawn moves down, the square is going to be this big. And if the pawn gets here, the square will be this big. So as long as the king stays in the square, we're all good. So if we push, they take, we push, they go down. Square gets smaller. King has to get into the square. And by getting that out of the way, we've got our own square that their king can't get into. Hope that made sense to people. So now, Our king's in the square. We don't need to worry about this pawn blocking the way because we've got that diagonal there. We can push. And then we can go down here when he pushes. If we don't push, if we go here straight away, the king gets here. Our pawn moves up. I don't think the king can capture it, but I think it's best just to push here. And now the pawn has moved down. If we go here, they go down and they get a really tiny square, and the king won't be able to get into it. So we have to get here first.
Do you recommend a lot of puzzles for someone brand new? I started about 3 weeks ago, currently hover around 600 elo. Have games where I play like a 200 and some where I play like a 800.
Alright, so Red Panda can either back me up on this or tell me I'm completely wrong. As a beginner player, I think you should be playing a lot of games and just enjoying them and doing a few puzzles. The more advanced you get, the more puzzles you're going to need to practice. But I think as a beginner, you should be looking at playing a lot of games. Stay away from learning specific openings and rather just play games and just enjoy games. You're only 3 weeks in. And something strong to do would be to review your games without using an engine. Just sort of have a look at them and ask yourself questions. Why did I lose that? Why did this move not work in my favor? These ones that we're up to here are going to be way too advanced for you right now. But you're only 3 weeks in. So you can take your time, play a lot of games, play a lot of different positions, and do a few puzzles. I wouldn't go too hard on the puzzles, but I would still include puzzles in your training. So they went here next. And again, the square gets smaller. I would say at least 60-70% of your time should be playing games, and you should be playing longer games. So if you're playing 5-minute games and you're playing 10 5-minute games a day, halve that number and play 5 10-minute games. Because
Bro, WTF, how is that happening with your board?
Just an AI camera faking it. No, this is the Chessnut move. All the pieces have little wheels on them, so they all drive around. This one's white to move. But yeah, Will Cosby, what's your time control that you play on? That's going to be the big question. Okay. Okay, so this one here, I'm drawn to some sort of checkmate like that straight away, but that's not it. This one here, I also saw that we can attack the queen here, and the queen is defending this square. Now the queen has to move or they get captured. So they move or they move and then we capture. And originally it looked like we were just going to win the knight, but we might actually win the queen depending on where they go. So here they go back and defend. Oops, they go here, then we win. But we also need to have a look at what else they can do. And here they can go here. Oh, well, if you're playing 10-minute games, then you're on the right track.
I hope you'll find enjoyment out of puzzles. It isn't as competitive, but if you can learn to enjoy problem solving, then you have the fight mindset to go far.
Absolutely. And when you start getting to tournament games as well, right mindset, yep. Once you get to tournament games as well, then your puzzles start to kick in and you start solving those problems, and it just gets really fun. So here we just got to be mindful of this one. And then we got to ask the question, is it even a problem? I would like to say that it's not a problem, but how often do I change the background music? I need to update it. I need to update it. Do you like the vibes, or should I be switching it up? I have a hip hop one as well, but the one time I played the hip hop one, I feel like no one hung around. So I think people like the chill ones more. I can update them. Definitely add some more. Yeah, so this one here, looking at knight here, attacking the queen. The queen goes here, you go here for check, they move across, you take here, but then they take here. And it's not as good. Where is it? You know what? Probably gonna make this move and then probably just gonna go here, and we'll go here. But so the problem is, you go here and they come down here, and you can't even attack the queen because the queen can then go up and take the knight. So that's the problem there that we're dealing with. This is the first challenging one that we've had. E3 attacking do you mean C3? Okay, that's good. That's good. Who said that?
But first check with knight, then pawn tempo.
That's good. We're on the right track. So check, and then push the pawn. That makes sense. That makes sense. That was good. I did look at b5, but no, it was definitely ideas there. They were good. That was a good find. Guys, if you are new here, please feel free to follow, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Alright, so black to move. There's definitely been a shift in the difficulty. Is it black to move? It is black to move. Okay, so I haven't got this one yet, but I'll show you what I'm looking at right now, which is knight to d4. It doesn't really even threaten anything though, because the bishop is covering that square. But the idea was knight b4 takes, and then queen can take, but it's not looking good. I guess the next one is knight b4. Knight b4 looks a bit better. Knight b4 is looking a lot better actually. Okay, so next I'm looking at knight b4, and that threatens here. Knight b4, they can't take the pawn, and they can't go here. They can't go down. They can only go back. So knight b4 threatening the fork. Of course the king can move too. Yeah, so d4 just doesn't look. Knight d4 doesn't look too great. D5 pawn takes, and they've got a double attack going on. Is that the right terminology? So I'm still leaning towards. My TikTok message is not coming through again. So yeah, queen. Oh, sorry, knight to b4 looks like the way to go. And it's honestly, it's what I would play in a game. I also like the fact that if the queen moves, we've always got taking the pawn. Bishop takes, knight takes, and say queen takes, and we've also got the pin as well. Obviously not guaranteed, but this is the move I'm leaning towards, and if I can't find anything else, it's going to be the move that I'm going to go for. Let me just check my emails one moment. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so they'll probably play Kitsy, welcome. They'll probably play king to b1. So let's have a look at king to b1. So knight d4, king to b1. I feel like this is going to be one of those ones where I just play knight to b4 and hope that it's right. I haven't solved this one yet, so before I do, I'm going to try and have a look at other options. No, all I can find is knight to b4. That's the only move that I can come up with. This bishop is undefended at the moment. What if rook c8? Let's have a look at rook c8, rook c8. The only thing I don't like about rook c8 is it takes away the opportunity to do this move. But rook c8 lines up the discovered. They move. We can't go here anymore because it's undefended. But we can go here, but they can take, we take. Oh, I can't draw lines. Bishop takes a6, yeah, didn't even say that one. Bishop takes a6. Yeah. So we've got bishop. I'm still leaning towards knight to b4. I'm just built different. Oh, we have to have a look at that. We just have to have a look at that. We're gonna analyze. So they go here, we go here, and then they resign. That's the game. Yeah, so assuming they were to go back here, the hardest puzzle of the day, and it doesn't really even, so that's a mistake. So what's their... Okay, so king b1, and then what could we do after that? It was either here or here. I'd be leaning towards here. Take, 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 take. Queen d7. No, I'm not happy with that puzzle. I'm not happy, chess.com. I'm not happy.
Curious at that self-moving chessboard.
Zafik, I've got a website that you can visit. I'll pop it up on screen now if you want to take a screenshot of this and check it out whenever you have the time. I've done reviews on all of these boards, as well as tutorials on how to get better using them. So feel free to check that out whenever you get a moment. All right. This one is white to move. So this one here, is the board display, the board display, is it, say, delayed, or I'm not sure what you mean. Oh. Sorry, I had the old, the one that we're analyzing open. So this one here, and I was looking from the wrong color too. So I was looking from white to move. It's actually black to move. My apologies. Okay, a bit easier from black to move. The bishop is being defended by the queen. If we kick the queen away, we can take the bishop. Now what's the problem here? What's the problem? It's got to be a little bit more difficult than that, doesn't it? Queen can go over there. We take, the queen takes, and there is a skewer. Pin. There's a pin. And then the rook can come back to defend. And then they can push, and then the rook can come down. They can push, and the rook can go back up. Yeah, g6, queen to d5. Why did I think they could only go here? Queen to d5. Okay, and then f5 doesn't work because the queen is pinning the pawn. Maybe just g6, queen d5, and then queen e7. Okay. So is that what somebody said? Yep, queen e7. So here, and then here, two pieces attacking. We can't go here first because this would run into checkmate with king across, and then the escape square is gone. So by doing this first, we're all good. Before doing that, doing this, queen comes down, and then that's checkmate. Got to be a way to trap the queen, surely. Yeah, okay. So, check. Oh, yep, check. Take, push, here. Is what I came up with. Let's double check that. I think that's good. Oh, I apologize. The people on YouTube, my chat just froze. Let me just catch up. Some people get lower rated because people don't solve them fully while the initial... Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, guys. Hopefully I'm back on the YouTube chat again. Sorry about that. It appeared to have frozen on me. I'm not ignoring you, I swear. Okay. This one here, I think, is just it's got to be precise about the move order, move location, because the bishop has so many discovered checks that it can do, and you just want to make sure you pick the right one. So I'm looking at bishop to f4 because it covers this square, queen covers this one, and the king has to go here, and then the queen can come up, and then the king has to go here, and then the queen can come across, and then he has to go here, and then the queen goes there. Yeah, that seems like the right move to me. Always makes me a little bit nervous when I hear the end sound before the puzzle finishes. Like I got it wrong. I think I got my chat sorted out. Hopefully it's all good. This one here is black to move. So the obvious one, queen d3, king e1, and then queen takes rook, seems strong, but I'm sure there's a lot better than that. Queen f2, king d1, queen f1, king to d2, and then knight to f3. And then king goes to c2. Yes. Okay, so didn't really make much sense there. You're actually still down material, and trying to promote that pawn seems a bit difficult. Then we got here, 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 and then here, and that's it's not quite a checkmate because I can block. But here, 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 they come back up. We've got knight here, and then move across. It's complicated. It's complicated. I'm out of coffee. I'm out of coffee. Okay, let's have a look. maybe it is queen d3. Queen d3 here, check. And if he comes back up, you actually have this check here. Queen d3 here, check, and he comes over here. We've actually got queen here, check, and then the pawn can promote. Yeah. So I think queen d3 is actually the move, because the other way, with the queen being able to block, like this way looked really cool. But with the queen being able to block, I don't think it works. So I think it is queen d3. Yep. I was looking at knight to f3 as well, but I couldn't. The line also the bishop blocks with queen f2. Yeah. The next one's going to be white to move. All right, so white to move. Let's have a look. So the bishop can't take our queen. I'm looking at bishop d4. Yes, I'm looking at bishop d4. Somebody said rook d5. Rook d5. That's so much more simpler than what I was looking at. I was looking at bishop to I think I was overcomplicating it. Bishop takes queen. Rook takes, queen takes bishop. So bishop here, bishop takes, rook takes. Oh, actually, first you got to do king takes. Bishop here, bishop takes, check, take, check, move, take, take, take. No good. Let's have a look at the rook takes. Rook takes. Nice and simple. Just keeping it easy. And then bishop takes. You got a fork. King moves. and then you take, or king blocks, take, and then queen takes. Rook takes two, and then two. I mean, my idea seemed cool and fun and confusing, but that just works. Bishop here. It's got to be rook takes. Got to keep it simple. Black to move. Okay, this one looks like a fork. So, knight here, attacking the queen. Queen moves, bishop takes. If queen comes back, knight here, and you've got the fork. If king takes, knight here, and you've got the fork. Is that what Jonty got? Knight e5 with a bishop f2 to follow, yes. David said bishop takes f2. Yeah, so we're gonna go with the knight here first. Knight here. I think that's the only spot they can go. Covers. They could go here. Let me just. Okay, well they're the same thing. King takes, and then knight there. So. There we go. The next one's going to be white to move. I'm just going to go get a drink. I'll be back. White to move. Rook takes g7, king takes g7, queen h6, king goes back to g7, bishop to g5, attacking the queen. Queen moves, and then bishop goes to f6. Check, take, check, move back, doesn't matter where. Bishop comes up, attacking the queen. Even if a pawn blocks, that does nothing. So the queen moves, and then the bishop goes here. And then we've got the checkmate to follow. And he could always move there if he does. Then we go here. Alright, my computer's made a weird sound, but I think we're still connected. So yeah, I think rook g7 seems amazing. And we're at 50. And this one's going to be black to move. Okay, so this is giving off vibes of a Sicilian dragon position. Now, it is black to move. They are threatening to take here. Now, normally, I would instantly go here. Thank you for the follow, Patty on TikTok. Welcome. Okay, so normally I would go there, but I'm not going there today because we've actually got here. I move the queen away, they take my bishop, so that's not good. But if I take their knight, I threaten check. They take, and then I take, okay. So, take, and then take, and we have two minor pieces for one. They got me. They got me. Was I meant to take with the bishop? What's the difference? No, okay, so I wasn't meant to take with the bishop or the knight. Was I meant to go here? No. Was I meant to go here? So if I go back here, goes here. Yeah, okay, because the threat still keeps going. Yeah, okay, and the rook covers that one. My bad, my bad. This still looked like it won a piece, did it not? have a look. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah. Because I take here, they take here. I'm actually down a piece. That was my calculation. That's my bad. Alright. Black to move. Knight takes looks like the right move. Okay. Knight takes. If queen takes, bishop takes. Knight takes. If pawn takes, I actually have a fork. Knight takes. If king moves here. That's the only move I don't have an answer for, but I'm pretty sure it is knight takes. I just can't find an answer for king to b3. Of course. I'm focusing on the wrong things. It's a fork. Just take the rook. Okay, black to move. First move that comes to mind is queen b4. Material is equal at the moment, but the king is very exposed. So queen b4, king moves, queen takes bishop, and then they've got knight to d6, forking the king and the queen. So we don't want to take the bishop. So here's what I'm looking at so far. Let's say he moves here. We don't want to take, because then the knight can come back, hit the king and the queen. So originally I was looking at takes, but that's no good. That's no good. Maybe it's just king takes knight. Try and find a downside to king takes knight. King takes knight. even if they try to deflect the queen away from defending the bishop, we always have check. And then we can take after. So I think it is king takes knight. Just trying to find if there's anything else. Obviously, the queen is defending and the king is defending the bishop, so that's good. Didn't even consider it. Didn't even consider it. But I think now it's simply knight to f6. Getting these a lot quicker than I used to, that's for sure. We're already at 52 with one wrong. Okay, this one's white to move. Okay, knight d3, g2, knight e1. So take the knight, they push the pawn, you go back here, and if they promote, you get a fork. And if they do nothing, then you just take the knight back. Yep, I figured that would happen. And now just push. And now, if we push, they've got here, so we need to go here first to cover that square. Oh, I thought I might have got that wrong. I thought I might have had to have gone here as I moved. And now I can push, they can take it, and then I can push, and they're not going to be able to capture the pawn. And now I just got to make sure that I don't walk into a check. That would be a disaster. I'm leaning towards this move here. I don't know the difference between these. I can't go here, here, or here. Or here. So I've got these moves here. So I'm ruling this one out because that's a fork. I'm ruling this one out because that's a fork and then the knight could go there. So I've got two more. And obviously I'm ruling this one out because that's a check. So I've only got this move here. White to move. Materials equal. We've got a fork on B4. Fork on B4. not quite a fork because if we get the fork, they can actually take here. And we take, and then they take, and we take, and it's even. We also have something going on here. Now if I go here, they go here, and then I go here. Ah, they can't take with the queen. So if I go here, they can't take with the queen because the rook is covering, so they would have to take with the rook. So that's a bit of info. So rook takes, and then push, and they could go here. Then we take, they take, we take or take. Okay, solve that problem. Rook takes, they take, and then push. There we go. Black to move.
Love the thumbnail.
Thank you very much. Just the result of good lighting, what can I say? Queen takes f2, check. King moves across. Queen takes d2. No, that didn't work. So what I just looked at there was check, move across, take, doesn't work because I can go back. But this is what I'm trying to explore to see if we can get anything from here. Absolutely.
This is probably the feature ID like the most with this board.
Absolutely.
Slow games.
There's a lot of features with this one, like practicing slow games, practicing puzzles. You can take photos. If you're on Android, you can take photos from a book and they'll load onto the board. And also playing through master level games is fun too. Just what I do is I set it up on a Lee Chess Study, and then I'll make it interactive. and I'll play through their moves while their opponents play through the others. Quite quite entertaining. Somebody said queen f2 and then rook e1 maybe. So I'm not seeing that. So queen f2, rook e1, and then queen takes, and then you take and they take. What I'm actually looking at here is check, and then coming back here, threatening checkmate. Either way, I think it is queen f2 for starting. Now material is, we're actually down one bit, so if we go across, we're just getting back to equal, but it also sets up a smothered checkmate. But we are going with queen f2 to begin. Okay, so that doesn't set up a smothered checkmate because we go back here, they go over here, so I'm scrapping that idea. Rook f2, rook e1, queen c5. Okay, I'm looking at queen h4. Queen h4. They stop like that. You get a fork. Queen h4. He goes there. Check. Has to go here, and then that's checkmate because the rook is blocking, and the knight is blocking. Rook h4. What else can they do to stop the check? They could go here, and then we go check, and then checkmate. What else can they do? What else can they do to stop this? They can go here, and then we go here, and then they go here again, but then we just go rook up here. I'm pretty sure it's queen h4. Phil, we don't talk about ourselves like that. It's more of a, I'm struggling with this one. But I see what you mean by queen g1. But yeah, that's just a common error in the smothered mate because the king could have captured back. But I looked at it too. And I think, you know, if we look at it and we realize it was wrong, then, you know, Is that really stupid or is that smart? What was wrong with rook e1 on the last one? Let's have a look real quick. So which move are we looking at? So if we look at rook e1 straight away, they just take back and they're happy. Everything. Oops. What do they do here? Bishop takes, and yeah, they're very happy. If we go here, and then they go across, obviously doesn't work. If they went here, we get it, that's fine. But they don't have to, they can just go here. So rook e1 now. Again, they've got, oops, not here because then the queen could go up, but rather they've got here. And it's a drawn game. I am really liking rook to f5 on this one. Really liking rook to f5. Hold on, sorry, I haven't put the screen back. Sorry, I did that earlier too. So rook to f5. Other windows open, let me close those. Rook to f5 is what I'm looking at right now. Knight here, king here, rook here, the knight covers these squares, the rook covers that square, the bishop covers this square. If king there, we don't have checkmate because it's there. Should be back on the normal screen now, sorry about that. That's the second time today I've done that one. Just putting it on the wrong screen. Income, Leonardo, welcome, welcome. I think I'm liking rook to f5 more. I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. Let's have a quick look. So my understanding there was check, take, take. Yeah, and this is what I saw. If he goes here. Damn it. Okay. The other alternative I was looking at was actually here. That was the move. That was the move. And it's only a mate in 15 after that. Mate in 15. Come on, man. Mate in 15. Anyone see the mate in 15? So like it goes here and then here, and then I was worried about that. I hate it. All right. Only 2288. The puzzles are going. They're going. And that was a real tough one. Real tough one. I mean, they're just gonna get tougher and tougher from here on out. I'm always happy getting above 55 though. Bishop here. Queen does something. And then rook takes. Pawn takes. Queen goes here. And you've got that that mating crisscross sort of pattern. That's what I'm looking at. So bishop here. They take. Let's have a look at taking. We can go back here anyway. But then they can go here. Maybe it's not checkmate. Maybe it's just rook takes pawn, pawn takes rook, and then queen to g6. and then king to f8, and then bishop to d6, doing the fork. Let's have a look. Yeah, always flip the move orders. That's correct. So take, check, move, and then here, and then take, and we're left with a rook, queen, knight versus two rooks, a knight and a bishop. That seemed better. So take. What if he goes there straight away? Then we still get that. So I think that that's the way to go. Oh. Mr. Scones, welcome. Good to see you again. All right. Stream's doing well. We're at 55. About to be 56. Red Panda, what time is it for you over there? Where did that knight came from? So that knight came from here to here, which also opens up a check over here. So if we were to take, they've got check here as well. And we don't want to give them checks. These are discovered checks. That's an illegal move. Here allows knight to here, and then up here. And now if I go here, I don't think they have any good checks. And then we just get checkmate on the next move. Yeah, b6 they win the pawn, so I think b5. Yeah, compared to the one that had mate in 15, that one was pretty easy. I feel like this one is easy as well. Let me just flip my board around. Check, move, take. If he takes, then it's just winning through here. Check, move. He forgets about the pawn, he comes over here. Take, take. What am I missing here? Why is this? This is the only part that I'm missing. There's a wrong way to take this. Catch you next time, Mr. Scones. Thanks for stopping by. No, the right way and a wrong way to take this. Let me just calculate. I'm gonna have to draw lines. Take, push, here, push, here. If I can draw lines. Push, here, 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 take, and then go there. That's the draw. Take, push, here, push, here, push, here, push, here. Take, here. Take, here. Blocks these squares off. King starts running back. Push. 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 I really wanted it to play that one out. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, and once I go king d3, that's just an easy win, I think. Yeah, because you got the bishop on the right color. So had they have gone here, I was looking to go here, and that would have been a mistake. I would have drawn it. That would have been a mistake as well. What's the move? Huh? Jeez, I am terrible. Terrible. There we go. Yeah, I would have got that wrong so many times. Had that puzzle had have continued. Alright, let's have a look. White to move. Yeah, that's where I need to
Yeah, black's draw condition is keeping your king on the h file. So pushing that h pawn is just a waste of time.
yeah, that's where I really need to learn my endgames more, because obviously I saw the bishop skewer right away. That just made sense, but the other stuff at the end there did not. Yeah, this one is, I'm looking at two major options here. One is queen here and the other is rook here. Now, somebody says rook h5. I'm not sure what rook h5 will achieve. That's the problem, because you're not taking that pawn. I mean, you could take the pawn with the bishop right now, but we don't want to win a pawn, we want to win the game. So check, and then I was looking at something like this, and then over here, and they go back, and then you go down. So, okay. Threat and checkmate. We're coming up here. If they go here, we can go back here. Again, threatening checkmate. Now, what if they go here? Go back. Threatening checkmate. And then the rook comes up. So here, they go here, we go here. That's checkmate. This is looking good. This is looking real good. Now what if they go here? Then we've got checkmate. So here, here, here. And if they push, up, down, check, here, bishop takes, king may take, I'm not sure, but I'm looking at this move now. That was a nice one. That was a nice one. It was the elegant hint, which you got me. I was like, ooh, what looks elegant here? And then you've got the queen going behind the rook. All right, Next one is black to move, and we're at 59. That's all right. I was gonna get that one. That was it's, you know, you get hints in games. You get hints when you're playing over the board. You'll see somebody do something strange. Maybe a little micro pause or something like that. You'll get your hints. You'll know that something's up. Stone Frog.
I just can't see the tactics.
So the tactics come from pattern recognition. So this last one, for example, I'm studying a new opening at the moment that just happens to have this very pattern in there. So that's why I saw this straight away, because there's a very common checkmating trap in the opening that I'm studying. And so that made it very easy for me to see. You know, there's other tactics as well that I could see, bringing the queen across and then sacrificing the rook, but unfortunately the king and the bishop are in the way to be able to bring the other one across. So, you know, you start to notice the same pattern. And when you notice the same pattern, then you can start digging from there. So I noticed this one, and then we could go up here, and the queen covers this square while the rook comes up. And it's just pattern recognition. It's seeing the same pattern over and over, and then finding it in different positions. So for this one, for example, you know, if you know the pattern here, you might be able to find it a lot quicker. No, you'll be able to see it. How long have you been playing? See, I'm looking at this move here. This is the first move that I'm going to look at, because then I'm threatening this, and the king can't move because the bishop will be attacking here. If a king moves straight away, we can actually push. They take, we take, they take, and then we take. Yeah, a few years on and off. I played when I was younger, and when I got back into it as an adult, I was terrible. And then I started studying tactics, and you'll be surprised if you actually focus on a specific tactic, you'll see it more often. For example, I was doing the smothered mate tactic because I'd never learned it before. And then my first tournament that I played in, after returning to the game after 20 odd years, in like the fourth game, I actually noticed a smothered mate opportunity. And it didn't come about, but it's still good to know, because you can start using that to build up an attack and make them defend against it. Yeah, so this one here, bishop takes a pawn. They're also attacking the rook. Yeah, yeah. Pattern recognition is also not blundering the rook. Very true. So they're attacking the rook. So again,
Well, anyways, I hope that having a board will help. At least it can bring it to the coffee shop and drink a latte or espresso.
100%. It's just the good thing about the Go, it's a small board, whereas when you're on a bigger board, you have to kind of search wider for tactics. But you'll need to get used to it. You will need to get used to playing over the board, but once you get used to it, it should all be good. Yeah. So rook f3, bishop to e4. Yeah, bishop to e4, and king goes to g2. I mean, we've also got, if we take here, and they take here, eventually, we've still got this as well. Now we take here, they could go here for check. And then they take and take. That's not a huge concern. So I am thinking that rook here is the move. I think it's queen to h6. Queen to h6, queen to h3, take. Yeah, it should be fine. I feel like the puzzle rating numbers are lower than they were like 2400. Let's have a look. What did I miss? So I went here, they went here, I went here, and then the king goes here. What did I miss? I honestly thought it was that one. Queen blocks and then you take. You've got a tempo on here. What have I missed? Queen takes and then bishop takes. Queen h6, rook h3. Tragic. Why is it tragic? You can take. You still get. I guess it's just a losing position, isn't it? So yeah, I was looking at that one. Okay, so if rook h3 is tragic, take first, and they go here, you go here, they go here, you go here. That feels tragic. That feels tragic. Queen here, take, feels. I don't like this either. That's just behind by a rook. They can still go there. What about here? They can go here. Here, they can go here. And then you can get this off. And then they go somewhere. What am I not understanding about this one? What am I not understanding? Here, queen goes there. That seems real bad. I'm still saying this is the best move. Why are they taking? Why are they taking? Why are they taking? I'm not understanding that. I just closed it. What's wrong with here? Made 5. Damn, that was hard to see. That was hard to see. I was destined to get that one wrong, I think. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Still, 59. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. I think it's time for me to take off. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. How many people we got over on YouTube today? Oh, my website's crashed. 13 of you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already done so. I know somebody said they don't care yesterday, but that's all right. Hurt my feelings. It's all good. Do have some really, really, really cool content coming up over the next couple of weeks. Big plans, huge plans. So make sure you subscribe for that. We'll be doing a little bit of it live stream on TikTok, hopefully. And of course, live stream on YouTube as well. And hopefully get some nice videos out there. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. And I will see you all next time.
Don't worry about that game. It's on the next one. he's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how did miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the tactic, stared at it too long. Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon maybe chest, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move had to win back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath. Man, he really threw that game to death. Yeah, they saying he a loser. Blunder like a club room loser. Trap his queen like nice maneuver. He's looking at the board like, who even taught it? Trains every night and still forgot the structure. Wanted to play solid, ended up chaotic. Chess guy dreams, but the moves look comic. Yeah, he felt his time, yeah, he played it dumb. Whole chat watching like, what's he done? But he's writing those mistakes down one by one. Next time he the one saying checkmate, son. So laugh right now, yeah, he earned that bruise.